lights are like,
yeah, they are
all over the place, and it's like, yay! Are we in?
I think we're in.
Yay! We are back. Thank you so much for joining another weekly assault. My name is RaiBot01, and I have with me a very special guest, Bam1500.
Hello, everybody.
One of our game designers, and today we're going to be focusing on the community map, which was made available this past Tuesday. And for all of you who don't know what the community map is, do you want to do this?
Sure thing. Yeah,
Share
I'll do
some
the
information.
honors. So this dates way back in September,
Yes.
where we had an idea to let's make a new map. Take the time to really think of how to design the map to make it balanced and fun, but involve the community, involve the players, and to do it through like a poll system. Let them vote for what they kind of want to see. And that poll still exists with the results. If you guys ever want to roll back in time and find it on the forums, you can see what the results were. So at the end of September, the results came out, and October 1st, I started like just putting the stakes in the ground and starting to design the map. So this is a map made from the ground up for you guys. You decide on how it plays out and the way that we want to construct it. And going forward, we're going to continue ironing out the fixes. Ironing out the bugs. Determine what areas are not fun or unbalanced and so forth. And as of Extra Life, the past few months ago, on mid-November, I believe,
Right.
was the first debut to show you guys what the community map looks like.
I am super excited. You've been hosting for the past 2 days developer team training sessions
Yes.
on both Xbox and PlayStation 4. And there are reasons for that, and we definitely want to get into, the type of data that you're going to pull from the community map once, players hop in, and as long as it stays available. So right now we are on Xbox in the North America server, so we hope that you guys can join us on a team training session once more. If you want to create it right now, the name of the room is called Community Map with Rai. Should be with Dev, but I'm here, I guess, whatever.
I was out of characters to do RaiBots.
Oh, that's right, because there is a limit. So if you are on Xbox, please hop in. We're probably going to host more team training sessions throughout maybe next week and so on both consoles. So again, we did rooms on PlayStation and Xbox for the past 2 days. Where is Tank Source? Tank Source is feeling under the weather. He is recuperating and getting better, so he's gonna be missing from Weekly Assault today. But do send him hearts and hugs and love. His Twitter tag is Tank Source, so there's really not that much change from there. We're gonna start with tier 5s, correct?
Yes.
Cool beans.
Thinking about this tank, I see you got a little pig emblem.
You're the pig right here. I love pigs. And that's a really good tank. But then again, everyone's like, the PC54 is one of the most OP tanks. It's not, but it's great. While we wait for everyone to hop in the team training room. Whoa,
We're starting to populate a little bit.
Starting to populate.
Plenty of room left.
A couple of reminders. Don't forget that the Barracuda is out. It's one of our newest premium Swedish tanks, so take a look. Most of our community contributors have made videos about it, so take a look and check their channels. I have very sad news that I'm definitely going to have to share. I already published on Twitter and the forums. Unfortunately, because there is a bug that we found, the +1 -1 matchmaking event that was supposed to be released tomorrow will have to be postponed until further notice. We are planning to release it hopefully this month, not making any promises, but as soon as we fix that issue, then we'll be able to share with you guys. I know +1 -1 is one of those events that everyone just looks forward to. And unfortunately, it's out of commission. So not sure if the article has been updated or not, but I posted on the forums and Twitter. So hopefully you guys get the messaging, and please share the news with others who might have not seen the website or logged in. So
in the end, it's going to improve the player experience.
yes, so crossing our fingers, it gets resolved very, very soon.
Tables are thrown.
Another question that I just saw popping, when are the Swedish medium tanks coming out? This month. We posted a teaser on the March overview, and then everyone just lost their minds after they saw the tank. And because of the March overview, it means that this month those tanks will be out. I can't give you the exact date. However, today, before even coming into the stream, I finished all the documentation to share with the players at a date of release. So my eyes are like, because there were a lot of images and videos
Got a
and
migraine.
stuff. Yeah, I know. So I got to see the Swedish medium tanks for several hours today, and they are amazing. Swedish tank line is one of my favorite tank lines. So let's see. Remember, right? You're not allowed to play my Stark. Wait a minute. I'm allowed to play any tank I want. Well, I can't right now because they're tier 5. So, and that's a tier 8.
Well, we'll be climbing up in tier here.
Oh yeah. See, it's
We're half full
populating
here.
quite fast.
Good.
Yeah. I already see someone using the Girls and Panzer tank. Just what is it called? Making everyone jealous as the tank is not available for acquisition right now.
Something I should mention, in case this is your first look at the community map, in case you missed out on any sort of announcements in the past or haven't seen the streams earlier this week, or haven't even jumped onto the team training to see it, I will make a quick note that the community map has only gone through a design pass. And what that means is I just did the level layout of the map, and it has not gone through the artist yet to actually set dress, polish it up, and make it look on the same level of standards that we have in the rest of our World of Tanks maps. So that being said, this is why you might see a lot of comments saying, why does it look like a 360 map? Well, where's all the grass? Why does it look ugly? You know, that is intentional by design. Reason being, we need to discover what are the problems in the map, and instead of asking different departments to put in hours of time to make adjustments and polish, and then we suddenly roll back and say, no, we don't like the way this looks, or feels, or plays, so let's do it this way.
We have a player saying over on YouTube Live, it has floating trees in some areas. Yeah, I saw those too. But that's okay. Like we said, this is phase 1. We're hopefully going to do 3, maybe even 4 phases, depending on how good balancing and just the process overall goes for this map.
A lot of flexibility in terms of how we are going to try to make this map better.
For the past couple days where you've been hosting these map sessions, what has been the feedback that you've received from the players?
You know, strangely enough, a lot of positive feedback. And I think maybe because it's still something very new to them. Not just a new map, but the concept that this is a map that they kind of helped construct. And they had a lot of fun kind of digging it around, trying to find all the nooks and crannies they can hide in. They love the amount of bushes in there. And quite honestly, after I had set all the foliage in the map, I was kind of thinking, this might be a little bit overkill here. I still feel that way. I think I need to take where I just kind of have a scattered copy-paste of trees and bushes around the map, maybe kind of push them into different little clusters a little bit, make it a little bit more open range like we kind of decided on early on, and just let the players know that over there is where I want to go and hide, rather than, I can hide anywhere in this open field, you know? Me personally, I had a lot of fun playing with the players the past couple days. I tried going to areas where I wanted it to be more fun for myself. Like I designed a certain spot in the map where I wanted to go and just see how this plays out, and I was unsuccessful.
Dude, you were hiding on K1. There was one time where you were just hiding, by the tower. We're probably gonna go to that area.
We got pinned in back there. Yes.
I saw you were at the end, at the very end. I'm like, I'm gonna get him, and then someone got you before I did.
I think it was another designer of ours, Daniel.
But you ran back. You're like, oh my god, they're after me. It was fun.
No, one of our other designers, he had it out for our one of our producers, Harper. He was our arty on the team, and I'm like, I'm going to protect you with my life. I failed. I died. Well, I did die. Yeah, but
well, now that you mentioned artillery, from the comments that we got, and I saw through Twitch and YouTube Live, players were saying that this is a very pro-arty map, that artillery performs extremely well. Do you have maybe thoughts about that?
I mean, I will completely agree. There is a lot of little hidey spots in each of the corners, especially if you stick up around the north. I mean, you got all that foliage to just completely conceal yourself. Is there a counter to that? I mean, the light tanks are also at a huge benefit in this map, which gives them that kind of that advantage to quickly sneak around to the other side and pick out those arties, and that's what I've kind of seen. Now, is that ideal? Do players want this to be a very arty, happy go shooty map for them? I'm trying to find the happy medium so all tank types can really enjoy it. If I had to say the one tank type that is not going to have a good time, which I'm going to work on improving, is the heavies.
Okay.
The idea with the whole city kind of in the south central zone of the map was meant to be the ideal spot for the heavies. I played mediums the past couple days, but I went to those spots in the middle city area, and it was not very successful for me. My observation is the whole area north of the railroad, where you have kind of a veil of foliage. Mm-hmm. Everyone's hiding back there. You don't see them. You can't see your enemy tanks, but they see you, despite the fact that you're trying to hide behind some buildings. You're spotted by either someone else coming from the west side or east side, depending on what team you're on. Okay, we have a full game here.
Yeah, the last slacker was Max Chaos 24. Shout out to Max.
Well, thanks for joining us, Max.
Yeah, for slacking off and being the last one to pick up a tank.
Let's see if I can get... Okay, I want to balance out the heavies on this team. Do we have arties? No arties, okay.
Ooh.
TD's pretty good.
Shocker.
Only 2 lights. I think this is good. A lot of PZ54s.
Let's do it.
We're doing it, guys.
Oh my god, I'm scared.
This will be an actual battle. Let's not sightsee.
Okay. Wait, did you put yourself as a spectator, or are
I shouldn't have been. I should be
okay.
a player. Yeah,
Cool.
Unless I bumped
It's all you.
bumper. Yeah.
So, washing my hands of this one. Let's see. Oh, someone said over in Twitch, more cover for the love of God.
Yes. Yes, that's another comment I'm seeing, and that is why I'm not having the success that I wanted. Both in the central north area and the kind of open fields. This is a good example where I'm spawning right now. What I did, oh, there's Max Chaos right in front of me. And funny enough, me and Max Chaos had a situation. I went straight up to that building that I went, as you can see right in front of me. He went a little bit left up to that rock over there. And we tried to hold that position. And you know, I'm not going to do it this time because I was not successful. I'm going to spin to the north. But I only had that one piece of cover was the building, and I thought it would have been a nice place to have, but we were quickly getting overrun. The enemies were advancing onto our territory a lot quicker than I thought, and I didn't have anywhere to really fall back to have cover. Falling back meant I'm completely exposed.
But how this map is going to perform minus artillery.
Excuse me 1 second, I'm just going to toggle zoom.
Of course, you're just like tank source, messing up my options. Ali01. 3013. Any new war stories? No, we're not gonna be creating any more stories in the future. Shows the sweet spots, Bam.
Ooh, okay. Well, here is one sweet spot. One thing I'm seeing a lot is if you can manage to control this central hill here at the north. You got him. You got him. This is kind of a critical point of success to hold this area. Another sweet spot, of course, is where I see a lot of my team down is in the south. But honestly, I see much of the success comes from just holding the whole north end of the railroad tracks.
You can get him. Get him, get him, get him. Yeah. Haha.
I want to guess the whole team probably went south. I don't see anyone up here. Which is interesting. I didn't get a chance to play up here. And funny enough, we're about to see our little floaty trees.
Oh, yeah. I love floaty trees.
I didn't see these floaty trees until this mode went live. Yep, there they are. Look at that. As intended.
They're ants, like the Lord of the Rings ones. They're ants.
Walking around.
Yeah, they're walking around. They're just chilling for a second.
Mm-hmm.
You're always exposed when there will be artillery in the match. I think there's...
Hardcover.
Yeah.
There will be more hardcover in the future, I promise you guys. This also might be a good time, or at least at some point during the stream, to talk about, you know, what is our goals for Phase 2. This is all still part of the Phase 1 of the community map. We promised that part of Phase 1 would have the release of the community map to give players the opportunity to test this out.
Question from Great Graham. Is the STB1 getting the new suspension? That's a no. The STB1's not getting any changes at this time.
Targeting
people love the floaty trees, and when you
more
leave
floaty
them
trees?
on, Okay, that's not gonna happen. We're not leaving floating trees, but
Oh yeah, I gotta fall back here. We were getting overrun. We got a
there
little
we
bit
go.
too
got comfy.
too confident in ourselves.
Bam knows what's up as
Falling
intended.
back. Oh wait, I didn't mean to call out someone to fall back.
Ooh.
I meant to tell myself I'm falling back.
Oh, Kishan Hans Raj says, good evening from South Africa.
Oh wow.
Hi, good evening.
Thank you for joining us.
That's awesome.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh my god, this light tank. What are you doing? You're gonna ram me? Come on, boy.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
Max Chaos robbing me.
He's such a thief.
He's watching me.
Yeah, he's watching us also.
He's somewhere
on,
out there in the
Facebook.
brush.
Shout out to Max Chaos, who's always in the forums answering dev questions and tank balances and tank questions and all that stuff.
This little area where I'm at, I really like. This is actually the first time I got to play in this spot on live. And I wanted this to be the counter to the building on the east side, but it's the same issue. If I had to fall back, I think at least this option has a little bit more cover options. But I think we might need some more rocks or more buildings rather to help encourage people. Hey, I can fall back without really risking myself out in the open too long.
Oh yeah, no, you took his shoe out.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
Shoe.
Get him. Yeah.
We got this. We got this.
You're like, we got this team. When you were talking about adding trees and adding more buildings, what are the limitations for this map? Because for all you know, you can just add a city, but are there any memory limitations or?
So that we haven't run through any sort of tests yet.
Okay.
This is why vineyards was kind of a theme I wanted to go for, and that's why you see a lot of these kind of open fields with these very grapevine plants. And I'll be honest, people have probably taken notice that, wow, that's a very thin-looking crop of, grapevines. I wanted to go heavier on it, but the goal of the map was I didn't want to involve a lot of other departments to do any testing, engineering work, performance tests. So I kept it thin to make sure this map can go live, work well on all platforms, 360 included. I wanted to make sure the 360 players can also check this out, help us play test. In the future, this could be very dense in this area and be very awesome to be kind of trimming through all these bushes. You might just see you might not be able to spot the enemies going through, but you see them all kind of spilling over. That is definitely something I want to do in the future. But again, we haven't gone through all the testing with it, but I just want to insinuate, hey, this is an open field.
Sure.
This is the vineyards. Going forward, it will have a lot more art kind of going to improve the experience.
Cool. I guess right now we are going to switch the team training options to tier 8.
Up to tier 8.
And while we do that and everyone selects a new tank, we can definitely do a giveaway. Thank you, Soviet Snarf, for reminding us. We shall give away a Barracuda.
Ooh, I have yet to try that tank.
You're busy with map stuff.
I'm too busy with map stuff.
So we are going to select a winner for each channel. We're good? Yes.
Yep.
I'm checking the awesome tech team that's literally behind all the monitors. It's really hot in here. I don't even know why, but hey, we're surviving. We're gonna give away a Barracuda for each channel, and all you have to do is, along with your gamer tag, type in chat what is it that you like about the community map. And if you haven't tried it, but you're also watching us, what is it that you like, that you see that you like? Floating trees is also a possibility, so if you like that, go for it, but make sure that you have your gamer tag. And then we're gonna select a winner for each channel. While the chats get populated with awesome pointers for the community map, as we stated throughout the phases, we're going to be sharing information with the players. What type of information are you going to be able to share after a couple weeks of players testing this map?
So I got in touch with our data analyst, and what we're going to be doing is, after 3 weeks of having this live in team training, I will also note we don't currently have plans to take the community map out of team training. It will still remain until we're told otherwise. But after 3 weeks, we are hoping to collect at least 50, somewhere between 50 and 100. The more matches that we get, the better, of a minimum 14 players in a match to gather actual battle play data, right? which will give us win rates, which team is winning versus the other side, and where are players going, where are they congregating, where are they failing, where do they think that they can be successful, and is it actually being successful for them. We are going to share these images, the heat maps and the win rate data with you, the players, and we're going to help determine, based on what we're seeing here, the position and where the people are getting destroyed at, how can we accommodate? Maybe we'll learn that, oh yeah, that open field is too open. The hardcover is certainly the solution that we're looking for. I will give my suggested feedback in terms of, I see the heat map data and I will see everyone clustered in one corner, and I can give an idea that maybe we just close off that corner. We don't want people over there for X reason. I'm throwing out examples. But.
It would also help out, as you mentioned, moving if it's like base capture or stuff like that. This is the type of information that you use for other maps as well, correct?
Correct. We track heat map data and win rate data and so much more on a lot of the other maps, including like drowning and flips. We could look
Check
into.
on Hector.
We're not going to be tracking drowning on this map. There's no water. But we can see where people are flipping. So funny enough, a lot of players are, they see the big aqueduct bridge and maybe they're being reminded of the big bridge in Westfield. And we see people actually driving off the edge because, oh my God, it's not intact anymore. It's actually broken up into pieces.
Well, that's the feedback that you got yesterday. Players were like, please connect the bridge. There were several comments from players stating that they wanted the bridge. And I should have checked my Skype earlier, but you sent me a video where you did not connect the bridge, but you could actually jump and make it to the other side.
So this was both external and internal feedback, was to please reconnect the bridge. We want to be able to drive across. Got some internal ideas like, you know what, I really want to ramp off the bridge and like land on the other side. So I thought, let's experiment, let's try that. I tooled around a little bit this morning, and what I am going to do, and maybe this will go live in the next update, is I'm not going to put back the original bridge that is in Westfield. I want to keep it destroyed. Reason being, I didn't like how cut off the map became on the south side when you have all the constant arches and the walls. You never got to, your sight lines are now blocked from looking out to the north. So what I'm going to do instead is a little bit more scaffolding and like kind of wooden planks to kind of bridge the gaps for the bridge. Up until the middle section, and I put down little placeholder blockout ramps, and with light tanks you can make that jump. So that works
I like
out.
that. But, well, I'm probably gonna share that video that you sent
Please
me
do.
In the forums, just so you guys could see what Bam did. I keep seeing this comment on Twitch about hopefully I'm not botching your name, but is Oho RSRMX in regards to issues in the NA server. Please reach out to customer support or go to the forums into the report a bug section and send us a video of the issues that you're having in the NA server. Make sure that you also put in which console and around what times you're playing. I can't answer your question because we need to look into your specific situation. When will we see French wheel tanks or armor cars? No ETA, but Jeff Gregg mentioned that on the dev stream that it's something that we're looking into. More information to come. If you want to take a look back at the dev video or diary that he posted on YouTube, you can go ahead and do so. It's not just me, it's also a friend. Go to the forums and post that information, please, or reach out to customer support if you can. All right, back to the map. Okay, now we have 3 artillery in your team.
Oh, poor balancing on my part. I was caught in conversation. I'm like, this is good.
Yeah, there we go. That's okay.
I didn't even pick up on that until you said so. One thing I noticed about me in general when I join you for the streams and I'm playing the game at the same time talking, I get very tunnel visioned. Both in terms of me talking and actually trying to focus on what I'm doing in the game.
Players think that this is easy streaming on camera, keeping an eye on the chat, keeping an eye on the conversation and on the screen and being able to talk.
I'm not a professional streamer.
It's an art, so and I'm not saying like, oh, yay, RaiBot, but it's challenging, and yes, hosting a show, it's interesting, to say the least. They're jumping off the bridge because it looks not that high. You can get your tank destroyed by
Oh
jumping
yeah,
off the
you
bridge,
will
right?
not survive. Here's this bridge.
Don't,
Now, there's
don't test it.
Let me show you how it's done.
And
Yeah, I don't think a tank is going to survive that drop. But yeah, to show you as an example, I put scaffolding and some like a wooden bridge that goes across this big gap here.
you know, that's something that players have been requesting for a while is bridges that destroy with weight.
Interesting. I like that idea.
Do we have the implementation of that mechanic? I don't think we do, right? That would have to be something that needs to be coded.
So the problem with that is we need something that is that will determine to be, this is a physics object and it can hold you now, and then at a certain point, like when the tank breaks it or it is a heavy tank, we need to be able to pull out that physics object from the game world. That is something that we would definitely have to reach out with engineering. I like the idea, something we can consider. That is not something we currently have in our in the game right now, the capabilities, right?
Question from Big Dad 1990. Would you continue to rebalance the platoon matchmaking? Yes, we are going to evaluate that as well, because after 4.13, we start noticing our players were sending us their screenshots through the feedback post in the forums, and it seems that yes, there's room for improvement still, and we're going to take a look at that as well. Oh,
I don't think I'm
he's on you.
Yeah.
Dun,
I'm the
dun.
only guy out back here. Fall back.
Well, request assistance. Well, then again, no.
Artie!
Oh.
Where's my 3 Arties? Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This area here is where I want it to be more fun, and this is like the intended area for the heavies to kind of go. One problem right off the bat is everyone is spawning much further north from this, so it's kind of a trek to get down here even for the heavies.
Oh, he's doing the dance, man.
I can't even spin
He's doing
faster.
the dance.
You got me. You got me.
No, back out, back out. There you go, there you go. Get it. Yes, that's right. Get it.
I gave it too early.
Yeah, you did. Oh, what just happened there?
That's all right.
Sorry, Anna.
At least my circumstance and situation this time versus what I experienced before was going up against other tankers that were with me in the same kind of pocket over here. I was having a lot more frustration dealing with players that were firing in for me on the north side. I think the reason this was different this time is we had a little bit more forces of my team on the north side to kind of keep them occupied.
X I do like the concept of the community map. I believe it's too big for super heavy to roam on. It may need more buildings in the heavy fought areas on A, B, 4 through 7, and opposite sides near the fountain. I believe artillery will farm on this map. Though overall, I like it, but it needs more work. Which is pretty accurate to what we've been discussing. So yeah. Is there any feedback that you haven't received from players that you are still curious to see maybe someone will send you? We're gathering feedback on the forums, by the way. The community map has its own section, so... Ooh, we have the name of the winners.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and then this thing is also making
I'll think
noise.
about what you asked me about.
How unprofessional of me. My phone went off on stream. My bad. Anyway, we're gonna... we're changing to tier 10s, right?
Tier 10s now?
Yes.
We can do that.
We're doing tier 5s, tier 8s, tier 10s. While you change the options on the team training room, if you guys want to jump in, go ahead. But we have the name of the 3 winners through our 3 channels, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. The first winner is, Lady Bearsmark. And she says, I like the map because it's pretty open and very good for tank destroyers to fire and mess around. And it looks pretty. I also hope my Swedish luck helps here. So I guess it did work. Congratulations. From YouTube we have Jason, and Jason says just having a new map in general is a good thing. Thumbs up. Gamertag is MaxBader79 for Xbox, and for Facebook the winner is Legal Emperor 426 on Xbox One, and he says I like the map is open, making it great for tank destroyers. All right, congratulations.
Our tank destroyer players are having a
three
good time.
winners. You will receive your tanks at the end of the stream, and because Tank Source is not here, I'm gonna create the magic.
You know, a piece of feedback that I thought it would come up a lot more is the WIP on the radar. WIP.
Whoop.
I mean, I think it got the message across, right? They know like it's a work in progress map. But I was wondering if some people might be like, it's distracting. I can't see, I can't tell what's like on the radar in that area because there's a big white strip. But you know, we wanted to be very explicit that this is a work in progress map. But funny story about that, I approached the artist to come up with other ideas of how to help express that this is a work in progress map. We want you players to know that this isn't a finalized thing, despite like the ugly visuals in the map, right? One of the ideas we came up with was putting work in progress on the Sky Dome.
Oh, that would be so cool.
We did that, and we did that internally, and we got work in progress. The problem was it was very pixelated.
Oh.
So it's like, it looks even uglier now. But the best part about it is the Sky Dome, whatever you put on there, takes into effect what the wind direction is.
Oh.
So you had work in progress kind of panning across the sky. All we were missing was like a little plane pulling it on a banner.
Make the clouds spell work in progress. That's amazing.
So we laughed and thought of like, should we just
like a
do
dirigible.
it? Yeah.
That's even better. Do a dirigible that has work in progress, like whip in it. The dirigible that you use on the, what is it called, the mercenary map for Himmelsdorf. There's a dirigible in there. Oh, I like this. Why don't you put aliens in there too?
Well, maybe there is aliens.
I would love the Mars, what is it called, the alien spaceships. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm getting a little too crazy out here. Let's not go there. Shaking. Wait.
Okay. What's up?
There's 2 artillery. You need to kick an artillery over
I know.
there.
Well, look at this. I keep randomizing. It's keeping them on the same team. Oh, we're good
Okay,
now.
no, we're good. We're good.
That was like 10 randomizations and it kept them on the same team. Quick note on the randomization, because I think a lot of players don't know about this and probably don't see it in their team training lobby. We added a feature to team training finally to randomize all the players. It doesn't take into account any sort of like balancing for the tanks, but just by simply pressing the right trigger, it'll swap people around just completely random.
I like that.
Yeah.
A lot.
Because we were getting questions earlier where we were doing that on when we were hosting the lobbies during the streams, and players were asking, "Oh, that must be a developer feature." No, this is available to everybody. Available to anybody hosting a team training room.
Ta-da.
I keep ending up on the east side of the map.
That's what happened to me in a couple days. I did end up on the other side maybe once out of like 4 times. That was interesting.
I'm gonna go brawl in the city again.
You just gave away your location.
Bring it on.
Oh, you're driving
The machine.
Mr. Efficient's tank. The machine.
Need a target. I need a target.
I love that tank. I love it. It's so cool. We're not giving away an equalizer. That was a couple streams ago. But it's still available if you guys like it. Do another giveaway for missing last weekly assault. Oh, you guys. We're actually going to be running out of time because this is going to be the last match.
I can't believe the hour just went so quickly.
It went, yeah. When
I feel like there was so much more I wanted to cover with you guys.
No, if you have stuff to say, say it now. Because
You know what? One very important note to make in regards to the community map. I think it's important to say that this doesn't. The process that we are taking with the community map does not set a precedent for how future World of Tanks maps are going to operate. This was a kind of a little special thing that we wanted to do with the players. Other maps going forward, like we will still have our own internal processes for developing and pushing new maps out to the players and straight into the matchmaker. But this is something that we are starting off in team training. Wow, I'm getting lit up. I think you're right. I gave away my position a little too early.
Totally did.
Go to the city. That's where he's going.
It's all on you.
Get him.
Ooh, get him in there. Shoot. Ah. Now you're guessing the shot right now?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Oh, the reload.
I was hoping this rock can give me more cover. That's not the case.
And again, a big reminder, if you get a chance to play in the community map, even after the stream, we have a section in the forums where we're gathering all the feedback, and based on that feedback, that's what it's going to generate the next poll for phase 2. When are we going to kickstart phase 2? We don't know. We just launched the community map, which is available again on Team Training, and we are going to analyze the data, heat maps, all that information that Bam1500 just said to everyone on the stream, and from there on, we're gonna take it from there. Hopefully we'll get really good information that will tell us exactly how this map operates, because right now we just see the game as it plays out, but it's really oh, you're dead. But it's really interesting to see that what the information of the heat maps reveal, which is like a complete history of everything that has taken place. And I'm actually curious to see if there are actually places that no one actually
goes to.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun?
The secret tunnel that you don't know about.
Oh, talking about tunnels, that's another thing players were asking. If you
I remember that came up yesterday.
Yeah, you would put tunnels in the map or any other map.
Here's what I'll say, like what we have right now is the foundation of what the final version of the map will eventually look at. Now, building placement, rock placement, terrain adjustments, all things can be considered like that, but we're not going to drastically revamp this map from what it is currently. What is there is kind of like your building plate. Let's figure out what we have to work with and how can we improve it. You know, suddenly we're not going to be like, hey, let's get rid of that city and let's put a mountain in there. That I'm going to say is off the table.
I do miss a little bit of water. I know the results were like no water, and I was heartbroken because I like it
just a little bit,
a little puddle. I don't know. There's too much green in here. This map is beautiful. So you got inspired by recent travels, huh?
I was in Italy, yes. Oh, you know what, that brings up another point, is eventually we do want to come up with an official release name for this map. I think that could wait for another few phases.
Really?
Once we
You
start
don't like
to
community map?
Well, here's something else I want to say. You know, this is all very experimental for us.
Right.
Who's to say there might not be a community map round 2, a completely new map that we take in, a new poll. I'm spitballing things. I'm not making any promises. So do we want to just label them community map 1, community map 2? You know, I think the players might appreciate having a little bit of say into what the map should be called. What I would say is maybe they provide us some ideas of what they think to be called. Mappy McMap face. I feel like might be a suggestion. Let's see. Someone else here.
You know what's interesting? When I passed the results of what the top selections were for the poll, I also shared with you guys the second, and they were completely different. It was urban. A night map. It was urban with a lot of foliage and high altitude, and in my mind I'm thinking that's completely opposite to this.
So, spoiler, I was already thinking if we were to jump on board a round 2 of community maps, I would say let's skip the first phase of voting and let's take what was the second best choices of it. That's one thought. Again, not promising anything, but I think we would need something vastly different from this. Like, I don't want to make another community map. There's another open range, summer theme, a lot of foliage. People
but it was completely different. The second place results were interesting. It even had places where, like, tanks can drown. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we want them to drown. When there's buildings, it's okay for them to drown. This match is actually much more well balanced.
Soviet Tsar.
I thought I had another note.
You can do it.
I forget.
How's everything on your side? Oh, Carbite's in town. Shout out to Carbite. He's probably watching. There he is. Let's see. What's the future for map development, please? This comes from Retro Jules.
I'll say this. Stay tuned next week. We'll have we'll give you guys some updates.
Ooh. I wasn't even gonna say that, but hey. Next week, more updates.
Well, we'll talk more.
Wow, you sound very, very businesslike. We'll talk more. Get up with briefcase, leave. Oh, hey, can we get an update on the Facebook chat, because it seems to be stuck?
Frozen.
Yeah, frozen. No? Okay. Shout out to our viewers in Facebook. Let's see. Please drop out some questions. We'll love to answer. We only have 6 minutes left of the stream, or basically when this match ends.
This guy's got the googly eyes on his tank. You're my favorite.
Soviet Snarf,
Soviet
you have a
Snarf.
fan. There's some tanks that you put googly eyes and the
It's like
fierceness.
meant for them, or it's
Yeah.
fierce.
No, the fierceness goes out the window because you're like, oh.
Oh, you're just a cute tank.
Yeah. Oh. Let's see. Thank you for the Lithuanian map combo.
Combo.
Yeah, Plum 73. That's what says. Thank you for the Lithuanian map. It's like Lithuanian map. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, Jeff Gregg did mention that we
I do
were
recall that,
working
yeah.
on a new map called Conus. More information on that. Dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm just gonna stare at you. I'm gonna squeeze as much information from you. Like, yes, Bam1500, give me all that information. Let's see. Yes, feedback is being gathered in the forum, so please hop in. If you have suggestions and ideas, or maybe things that you would like to see added to the map, now's the time, because this is just phase 1, and we're still gonna have phase 2 and 3 where changes will be applied. Can I have the name list? This comes from 0J. No, you can't.
Nameless of what, map name?
No, nameless the tank. You know how we had the Valkyria Chronicle
Oh,
vehicle?
the actual name of the
Yeah.
tank. Of course.
Nameless and Edelweiss.
I heard name list. That's what I heard.
No, and for all of you who are asking about if we're gonna have
Ooh.
Fury, the Nameless, the Edelweiss, and the
Okay.
Girls and Panzer tanks, those are licensed tanks. We no longer have the licenses, so we don't see any time soon of bringing them back.
What's
for
this guy doing?
purchase.
He's aiming the other way.
Oh,
Oh!
rock! Oh, okay. Whew. I got scared.
That looks weird.
Hey, victory! Okay,
I think that was my first game I won.
No, that's true. You won the first one. Well, but you did get destroyed, so.
I did get destroyed.
Oh, man. Okay. Let's go back to the room just to give shout outs to anyone that participated in the team training session. Bam1500, it was lovely to have you. Everyone
It was my
loves,
pleasure to be on.
having you over, talking about maps, and this is such a cool initiative.
I will also say, like, the enthusiasm and the amount of comments and feedback that we are already getting 3 days in, not even 3 days that this has been live for, is overwhelming in a very positive way, and that's encouraging for me. And like I said, this morning I already hopped right back into the editor and was making changes based on some of the things I was hearing. Like, yeah, I agree with this. You know what? Maybe we should try this. I think the players might appreciate this change. You know.
Shout out to Awful1. We also have Akira's Z3. Wicked. Beaver. Shout out to Beaver. Well, we see him on Twitter and chatting around with everyone. Welsh, Chanter79, Shadow Power 001, Code of Defiance, Nina Tech and Fan, Perminator1, Wreckage UK, Apache Native, who actually won one of the Xbox One X's that
we signed
yeah,
recently?
that
Oh,
I was pushing around.
congratulations.
So shout out to Apache Native.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool. Mr. Blue Sky and Brute Chief 117. Do you want to do just the honors on the other side, or you want me to go ahead?
Go down the whole list?
Yes.
You go on.
Shinigami, and then we also have Shark 1978, Bonded Apollo, Hungry Linus, 500 Shadek. I'm going to say Shadek. Silent 10, Phantom Shark 7, RaiBot01. I didn't play, it was him. Nascom 79, Soviet Snarf, Infected Ohio, Bad Girl Barbie, Emperor, Baller, and Baipulu. That's a lot of names, but thank you so very much for joining the stream. I'm keeping this window a little open because we are going to surprise a couple of you who jumped in the team training session and credit you with 30 days of premium.
Ooh.
So if you happen to find 30 days of premium on your account, now you know why. Thank you for joining this stream, and we will see you guys next week on Thursday, Weekly Assault. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.